Welcome to the Transitions Daily podcast. Transitions Daily is an online recovery group that offers a daily distribution of popular recovery resources accompanied by a secret Facebook group for discussion. We hope you enjoy today's readings.
This is Transitions Daily from April the 12th. My name is Dennis. I am an alcoholic and I am originally from Copenhagen, Denmark. Okay, thoughts of the day. Sharing. In spite of the great insurance in the size and in the span of this fellowship, at its core it remains simple and personal. Each day, somewhere in the world, recovery begins when one alcoholic talks to another alcoholic, sharing experience, strength, and hope. That is from Alcoholics Anonymous, page XXII. Thought to consider. We need each other experience, strength, and hope, regardless of age or length of sobriety. Acronyms. Hope. Help open people's eyes. Just for today. Money from the 3 legacies of Alcoholics Anonymous. And Aid quickly took the glowing report to his friend, Mr. Rockefeller, who we thought would surely be interested. Here was medicine, here was religion, here was a great good work, all in one package. Mr. Rockefeller listened intently. He was tremendously impressed and said so. He has repeatedly stated that his connection with Alcoholics Anonymous is numbered among the finest and most moving experiences of his life. Nevertheless, Mr. Rockefeller flatly turned down this plea for a large sum of $50,000, despite the fact that the project appealed to his every charitable inclination. After a rereading of the AIDS report, he said, "I'm afraid that money will spoil this thing." When he gave his reasons, they were identical with those advanced by the Akron Group's ministry. At an earlier meeting, John D. Rockefeller Jr. was guided there to save the AA fellowship from itself and from unnecessary hazards of money, property, and professionalism. It was one of the turning points in AA's history. The aide then described the desperate financial plight of Dr. Bob and myself. On hearing of this, Mr. Rockefeller said, "I will place $5,000 for their use in the treasury of the Riverside Church, New York City, New York. You may draw on this as you like. This will give these men some temporary assistance. But this fellowship should soon become self-supporting." And account by Bill W. of events which took place in December 1937. And all this comes from 2001 Alcoholics Anonymous World Services Incorporated. Alcoholics Anonymous Comes of Age, page 150 to 151. The Daily Reflections. Giving up insanity. Where alcohol has been involved, we have been strangely insane. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 38. Alcoholism required me to drink, whether I wanted to or not. Insanity dominated my life and was the essence of my disease. It robbed me of the freedom of choice over drinking and therefore robbed me of all other choices. When I drank, I was unable to make effective choices in any part of my life, and life became unmanageable. I asked God to help me understand and accept the full meaning of the disease of alcoholism. Copyright 1990, Alcoholics Anonymous World Services Incorporated. As Bill sees it, healing talk. When we consult an AA friend, we should not be reluctant to remind him of our need for full privacy. Intimate communication is normally so free and easy among us that an AA advisor may sometimes forget when we expect him to remain silent. The protective sanctity of this most healing of human relations ought never be violated. Such privileged communications have priceless advantages. We find them in the perfect opportunity to be as honest as we know how to be. We do not have to think of the possibility of damage to other people, nor need we fear ridicule or condemnation. Here too, we have the best possible chance of spotting self-deception. That is from the Grapevine, August 1961. Big Book quote: I get over drinking when require a transformation of thought and attitude. We all have to place recovery above everything, for without recovery we would have lost both home and business. Alcoholics Anonymous, 4th edition, 2 Employers, page 143. 24 hours a day. AA thought of the day. This sober world is a pleasant place for an alcoholic to live in. Once you've gotten out of your alcoholic fog, you find that the world looks good. You find real friends in AA. You get a job. You feel good in the morning. You eat a good breakfast. And you do a good day's work at home or outside. And your family loves you and welcomes you because you're sober. Am I convinced that this sober world is a pleasant place for an alcoholic to live in? Meditation for the day. Our need is God's opportunity. First, we must recognize our need. Often this means helplessness before some weakness or sickness and an admission of our need for help. Next comes faith in the power of God's Spirit available to us to meet that need. Before any need can be met, our faith must find expression. That expression of faith is all God needs to manifest His power in our lives. Faith is the key that unlocks the storehouse of God's resources. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may first admit my needs. I pray that then I may have faith that God will meet those needs in the way which is the best for me. That is from Hazelden Foundation, P.O. Box 176, Center City, Minnesota 55012. I'm an alcoholic and Dennis is my problem.
We hope you enjoyed today's readings. You can also receive Transitions Daily via email and discuss today's readings in our secret Facebook group. So for more information, go to dailyaaemails.com today.
Other than the 24 hours a day reading, unless otherwise specified, all quotes copyright Alcoholics Anonymous World Services, Inc. 1952, 1957, 1967, 1973, 1975, 1976, 1980, 1981, 1984, 1985, 1988, or 2001.